It's time to wake up and get driving in the fast lane here on Beaver County Radio. It's the morning show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There's also music to get you started for the day, and Curtis Walsh will have the news. It's all brought to you by Patriot Home Care. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
Hey, good morning and welcome back to hour number 3 of Driving in the Fast Lane this morning. And here in hour number 3 this morning, we have guests joining us from the Verland Foundation, and it is Leland Sapp. He is the CEO of Verland, as well as Dr. Marianne DiMatteo. And good morning, guys. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us, Frank.
Good morning.
So we're going to talk here in hour number 3 about the Verland Foundation and how you can become an employee if you'd like to and get through the entire thing. So who wants to start? You want to tell us a little bit about Verland and the mission of Verland Foundation?
Sure.
All right.
So for those of you who don't know, Verland's been around for about 47 years, and it was founded by Carol B. Mitchell and 2 or 3 other women who had children with disabilities. And they looked at the state institutions and other options, and they said, you know, we can do better than that. And that's when they started the Verland Foundation, which is right on main campus there in Sewickley. And from those humble beginnings, we now serve over 230 people, have over 750 employees, and we have 38 locations surrounding Pittsburgh, residential homes. So we've come quite a way.
From our humble beginnings.
Yes.
That's amazing. As I told you guys off the air, I was an employee there. I think it was 1988 for about 6 years. And all that was there at that point was main campus. To see where the Verland Foundation is to this day, it's amazing how big it is growing.
It really is. And it is faith-based. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people do believe that the only reason we've gotten where we are today is because of those humble prayers of those women in the early days. And like you, Frank, I started out as a direct support professional.
Okay.
And that was Christmas of 2008, and I fell in love with people with disabilities. I grew up on Long Island next to a young man who was my age who was disabled intellectually, and just fell in love with it and eventually got in the field. And I thought it would be something I'd just do for a little while to get my heart right. Mm-hmm. But then I got promoted, and and now I'm the CEO at Verland, and this will be my last stop. So it's a wonderful place, but we do need more people. So
tell us exactly what is Verland? What you take care of people who have disabilities. What type of disabilities do you guys service?
We service folks that have intellectual and developmental disabilities. Oftentimes, our individuals also have accompanying medical issues. Folks can be ambulatory, folks can be non-ambulatory. They come in a range of challenges and areas that we work to support them in. And as Leland indicated, we have the Sewickley campus where we have 88 individuals that we work with on a daily basis. We also have a 50,000 square foot adult training facility there where we're able to do day programming with our individuals. We also do therapeutic services there. We have a stable where we do equestrian services. We also have a state-of-the-art indoor pool where we do aquatic therapy for our individuals there. And as Leland said, our opportunities for folks to come and work with those individuals that we serve every day are not only in Sewickley. We do have homes throughout Western Pennsylvania, stemming from Uniontown to Beaver County. We have many homes here in Beaver County, Allegheny County, Mercer County, and we are right now working to bring 21 individuals out of Polk State Hospital, and they will have new homes in the community. So we're establishing 4 new homes up in Venango County as well.
Dr. DiMatteo, what brought you to Verland?
Well, as Leland indicated, I have humble beginnings as well. Mm-hmm. I'm from the Western Pennsylvania area originally, and as a teenager, I was a foster child. So I've devoted my career to the nonprofit realm. I started out of college as a DSP as well, and I've worked in a lot of different areas, and my heart found Verland very recently, and I'm very, very glad to be here. And as Leland said, I believe it will be my last stop as well.
So what are your duties as the COO of Verland?
Well, I see Leland as my partner, and Leland really has a heart and a soul for what we do, and he really has that relationship building aspect where he's focusing on strategy and focusing on our external facing goals of the organization. I have really stepped in as the internal integrator within Verland. I work very closely with all operations within our organization. I have a strong operational background as well as a history of being a CEO. So I work daily with our team to ensure we've got operations running, making sure that we're doing the initiatives we need to do, making sure our individuals' needs are being met, and ensuring we have the right people in the right seats on the bus, for sure.
So what is the mission statement of the Verland Foundation?
We try to make everything memorable, Frank. So when you think of our vision, right, and everybody out there, vision is the picture of what your life or your organization looks like when you get it right. And whenever anybody hears the name Verland, we want their jaw to literally drop and go, oh my gosh, you people are exceptional. So we want Verland to be synonymous with exceptionalism. And so everything that we do, day-to-day operations that Dr. Mary leads, that all of our leaders do, it's to get just a little bit better every day. And so we're trying to help our people become the best that they can personally and professionally. So that's our vision. Our mission is very simple. It's to serve more people better, more people with intellectual and developmental disabilities better. And we've laid a solid foundation thanks to Mary and other leaders. And now we had a big dinner with our board members last night. We're starting to begin to talk about strategy. How can we double the size or the number of the people that we currently support in the next 4 years? And so our mission is simple. It's to serve more people better. If we're serving people well, if we truly are the gold standard, then why not serve more and more people? So that's our vision, exceptionalism, and our mission is let's serve more people better.
Is there that much of a need for the services you guys provide?
Yes, absolutely. There's a waiting list, I'm told, of about 4,000 people that need services like Verland provides. And the good thing is the state really is on board. We're very grateful for Governor Shapiro and supporting and right, the House and the Senate supporting increasing our rates this past year. Dr. Mary's leading an initiative called performance-based contracting. So not only do we have the passion and the desire to serve more people, but the state is actually going to be encouraging us to serve more people. So
yeah, performance-based contracting to me seems very similar to physical health movements to pay for performance and similar things 20 years ago. So our industry is moving to be the best of the best. We're moving in a direction where we can establish the data, we can show the work that we're doing, we can prove we're doing the work that we need to be doing, and hopefully it will allow us to be at one of those higher tiers and to serve folks in a clinically enhanced way. It's a lot of work, but I think it allows us to really be introspective at what are we doing at Verland? Are we doing the best that we can do? And how can we improve our operations? How can we continue to hire the right individuals to serve our folks? And how can we do the most exceptional care possible?
We're visiting this morning with Leland Sapp. He's the CEO of the Verland Foundation, along with Dr. Marianne DiMatteo. She is the COO. So the main campus, you were talking about some of the support services you have on the main campus. With your group homes, what are some of the support services you have within those?
Those are called our CLA, community living arrangements. And in those homes, it's like a home like you or I would live in. And the individuals there, the services they receive are, a lot of times, our direct support professionals are cooking for them. If they need it, they're helping to bathe them. They're working with them on their daily living skills, maybe to learn how to keep the house clean, things like that. So they might vacuum and so on. That's almost 24/7, but during the day we provide day program services as well. So the individuals that live in the homes will actually go to day programs. And at that adult training facility, they might do some crafts. We encourage them often to get out into the community. So they might, if the weather's nice, get out in a van and go and enjoy a park, or they can go at times and volunteer at a church. So there's a lot of activities that they have, but we're trying to make sure that their lives are as close to normal. They get up, they go to work if they can, they come home and they go to bed when they want, and they get up when they want, and they have choice. So it's really pretty basic. Verland offers 3 services for the most part. We have our intermediate care facilities for those who have higher medical needs. Then our CLAs are for people generally who are a little higher functioning, but not always. And then we have our day programs. And according to what Mary was sharing earlier about the performance-based provider, the state is requiring that we expand our services, and we love to hear that. So we will be providing other services. I can tell you about those later if your listeners are interested, but supported living, life sharing, serving people with higher behavioral needs, respite, on and on and on. So we're going to be serving many more people as we begin to provide more and more services.
They usually tell you we're cutting back on you.
Yeah.
So
yes.
that's awesome.
Yes.
So, but obviously, one of the reasons you're here today is because you do need staffing to be able to staff these facilities. So what type of positions are you guys looking for at this point?
So we have a variety of positions. We have administrative positions, whether it be in our HR department or those areas, maintenance. Here in the Pittsburgh area, we have an opening there. But we need direct support professionals, so the individuals who really are the heart and soul of the work that we do on the ground every day at Verland. So folks who want to engage and work with a population that we serve, that have a big heart, want to do exceptional care. Those qualities are very, very important at Verland. We also, especially here on our Sewickley campus, have a very, very large need for nursing staff. So primarily licensed professional nurses. We have several openings in that area, but we also have openings for higher level nursing as well. We do have some what we consider charge nurses, lead nurse positions that would be registered nurses. We have those positions open at Sewickley as well. And we actually also have a director of nursing opportunity to lead our nursing department of about 70 nurses that serve our individuals on our Sewickley campus. So there are definitely needs in those areas as well.
Do you have a need for therapists?
We do use our habilitation services, but at this point, thankfully, those positions are fully staffed within Verland. As Leland said, we have about 750 current employees. We probably have about a 10% vacancy rate on top of that. So, especially post-COVID, as I'm sure everyone out there is experiencing, hiring folks can be a challenge. So we really are looking for those folks that want to work with our individuals and have a passion to work with folks.
What about experience? Do they need to have experience to be a direct care worker?
To be a direct care worker, the experiential requirements are very minimal. So again, it's folks that truly do have that need. We have a very extensive orientation and training program when individuals come in. So we work hand over hand with them to get them oriented, to get them situated, to get them settled in.
I'll ask you one of the questions I'm sure will be the first question. Compensation. What type of compensation do they?
I personally believe, and when we look in comparison to our brothers and sister agencies that look like us, Verland compensates our employees very, very well. We are in a very strong percentile in terms of the monetary compensation. We have a very generous benefits package that our board of directors has set up for us as well. So it is a very good place to work and a good place to make a living.
Retirement package, anything like a 401k, all that?
Yes, we have a 403B, which
Okay.
would be the non-profit version of a benefit package. And again, it is a very, very generous benefit package.
We have a 5% match. So if people are willing to put their money in, we will match up to 5% of their salary per year.
Very generous match.
It is very generous. We just did that this year. Our goal is to be exceptional in all fronts. So we want to be a pay leader. And as Dr. Mary said, we're in the upper 75th percentile already of what we pay our people. And if any of them are listening, we're going to be giving other raises coming up soon. So they're all going to be happy to hear that. So that's our goal. We want to pay the best people the best that we can. And there is always, it seems to be, a workforce crisis. But the difference between Verland and many other employers, there used to be a running joke amongst leaders in our field that all you had to do was to get hired was to be able to show that you could make condensation on a mirror. They'd hold it up to your mouth, and as long as you were alive, that's not Verland anymore. We are working hard with our senior director of HR to establish a screening tool where people have to show us that they align with our values, that they are exceptional people who have big hearts. And so we're starting to hire fewer people, but better people. And so our retention is starting to move in the right direction. But I would say right now, because it does seem like the economy's turning, our main campus is almost full with DSPs. We still have some to go. But I think more and more people are going to start looking for jobs and considering new options. And I would ask that everybody would consider Verland. It's a wonderful place to work, and we do pay fairly for what people do. And so if you're a wonderful person out there, exceptional, have a compassionate heart, please just go to our website, verland.org, and you can apply there or go Indeed to Indeed as well.
Is there a lot of tenured employees that are already there, been there for quite some time?
That's really surprising to me. The more I walk around and ask, but it's not uncommon to say, hey, and with 750 employees, we don't meet everyone. Sometimes we'll ask them, how long have you been at Verland? It's not uncommon to hear 20, 25, 30
That's awesome.
years. That says a lot.
Yeah, they're happy.
Yes.
So, and I know being in that field previously as well, that relationships are with the clients are also, and so you get close to the clients and you become friends with them as well. So it's really not like you're taking care of them at the end of the day. It's more like you're just kind of hanging out with them for the day and getting paid to do it as well. So, so what are some of the typical duties that a direct care worker would have on a daily basis?
So since I was a DSP, direct support professional, it does depend if you're working in the CLA program, which again are the residential homes. We have about 38 of those scattered out in the community. You probably wouldn't notice them unless you're driving by and notice the ramp or a bigger van. In those homes, you're awake all night. You're helping the individuals get up. You're cooking actually for them, so you get a lot of skills. In some ways, you're almost like a nurse at times. So you're getting them out of bed if they need help. You're helping them dress. You're helping them choose their clothing for the day. You're feeding them breakfast. Sometimes you're transporting them to their day program. When they get home, you're helping them get settled. You're preparing supper. You're doing laundry. A lot of the household things that you would do in your own home. And that's what our direct support professionals do. On our main campus, it takes a little more because our people are medically fragile. We had a fire drill yesterday, and Dr. Mary and myself and everybody else on campus, we go out to help, and many of our people are in wheelchairs. Their bodies are somewhat contorted. So our DSPs there tend to, I'll say, just have maybe just a little bit more skill when it comes to dealing with medically fragile people, but not necessarily. And they also give medications, DSPs, in our CLA homes. In the ICF program, it's nurses that give the medication. So if you're a DSP in our CLA program, you're learning a lot of medical things. When I was a DSP, I had to do feeding tubes, and I'm not going to say the word right, but colostomy bags, and all of that stuff. As a DSP, I wasn't a nurse, but that is the system, and it's that same way today. DSPs and CLA really take care of the individuals. So those are some of the things that They do. I'm sure I'm missing some things, but when I did, it was very enjoyable. You sit down, drink coffee, with those who can, and go on walks in the park. Sometimes you go to a ball game. So you're
That was
having
one of my favorite things. Getting out in community and doing things and having fun.
Yeah, and seeing the Pirates, what does it be at 500 for the first 4 games of the season? And
they were good back then. When I worked there, they were good. They were decent. So we are visiting this morning with Leland Sapp. He's the CEO of the Verland Foundation. Also, Dr. Marianne DiMatteo. She is the COO of the Verland Foundation. We're going to take a short break for news with Noah Haswell, and we're going to take a short break first, and then we'll be back with headline news with Noah Haswell right after this.
By now you've noticed the road and bridge construction and the high-speed internet to make Beaver County more competitive. It's your tax dollars at work, the largest investment in rural America ever. It's the work of Republicans teaming up with Democrats, led by Kamala Harris. 12 times Donald Trump held press conferences about fixing our infrastructure, but didn't support the bill. He didn't want to put money in Pennsylvania. He wants the money to go to billionaires. Trump even opposed a joint effort to fix the border problem. Nor did he build the wall, even though he took our tax dollars for that. Giving away our tax money to billionaires like Elon Musk is how Trump ran up the largest deficit ever. Trump's no conservative. He's just using government money to make his friends richer. Donald Trump couldn't care less about the people of Beaver County. He screwed us the first time. He'll do it again. America's Future Majority Fund paid and is responsible for the content of this advertising. America'sFutureMajority.com. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
It's time to kick off the Flex Steel Fall Gallery Sale at AK Nahas. Get the comfort, quality, and style you want and save up to 20% off all Flex Steel furniture. Handcrafted for long-lasting beauty and comfort, choose from over 60 Flex Steel styles, the largest selection in Western Pennsylvania. Shop now and save up to 20% off Flex Steel. Get 12 months special financing and free local delivery. The Fall Gallery Sale, only at AK Nahas, appliance, furniture, mattress, and TV. You'll do okay with AK.
The 77th season of high school football Friday Night Lights coverage of the regular season is coming to a close this Friday with Robert Mangino and Mike Azadian. This week they are headed to Pat Tarquinio Field in Beaver as the Bobcats play host to the Avonworth Antelopes in a battle for first place in the Western Hills Conference. Tank Latham will have the eXp Realty sideline reports throughout the game. The audio and video coverage gets underway with a 6:30 p.m. pregame and kickoff set for just after 7. You can watch the game on Facebook Live or on our YouTube channel. You can listen to the games on WBVP 99.3 FM and BeaverCountyRadio.com. High school football coverage on Beaver County Radio is brought to you in part by eXp Realty, the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Patriot Home Care, Keystone Wellness Program, the Fry Transportation Group, Forward RX, Electric Garage Door Sales, the Beaver County YMCA, Dr. C. Timothy Lip, and Beaver County Radio. Beaver County Radio proudly welcomes Fry Transportation to their family. You're listening to 99.3 FM and 1230 WBVP, live from the all-new Fry Transportation Studios.
It is 8:35 in Beaver County. Noah Haswell's in the room, and it is time for headline news.
Thanks, Frank.
Beaver County Radio's news source. 95.7 and 99.3
No idea why I did that.
Okay.
It's just... You see, my hands were nowhere, so all right, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. All right, we will have a complete newscast coming up for you at 9:05. We will have details from Beaver County Radio News correspondent Sandy Giordano Beaver County Radio News correspondent Sandy Giordano about the Beaver County Youth Football League briefly suspending the Aliquippa youth football team, and this is a continuing story. We will also have more details about the dedication of the Atwell Student Commons at the Community College of Beaver County. We will also have some more details from Danielle Smith about labor unions here in Pennsylvania playing a pivotal role in determining the outcome of the 2024 presidential election. And we will also have details about a process that could help you getting a new clean mail-in ballot that can be counted for this upcoming presidential election as well. And we will also have details about the administration of Governor Josh Shapiro investing some money to help drug-related overdose prevention efforts here in Pennsylvania. We will have a complete newscast coming up for you at 9:05. We can expect a high near 65 degrees today. Tonight, we can expect mostly cloudy skies with a low of around 47 degrees. Saturday will be mostly sunny skies with a high near 59 degrees. Sunday will be sunny skies with a high near 57 degrees. And Monday will be sunny skies as well with a high near 65 degrees. On this Friday, October 25th of 2024 at 36 minutes after 8, we've got a temperature of 41 degrees currently in Beaver County. Stay tuned for the 9:05 newscast. I'm Noah Haswell on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Thanks, Noah.
Thank you.
It is time for Mangino's McDonald's preview for the week.
It's the final week of the regular season. Some teams are playing for playoff spots and even conference championships. Others are playing to be spoilers, and some just for pride. Like Ambridge traveling to Aliquippa, a win would be the ultimate highlight to an otherwise disappointing season. But the Quips have a message to send after their upset loss to Montour last week. Beaver Falls continues to look for their first win of the season. They have to travel to an undefeated Elwood City to get it, though. Blackhawk has one win in the Parkway Conference. Newcastle is playing for what would be their only conference win. Central Valley's conference schedule is over. They finished with a 7-2 5A school in North Hills. A win for the Warriors would be great, but coming out of the game healthy for a 3A playoff run would be even greater. Freedom Area is out to finish their season with a win. Western Beaver looks to keep pace with Elwood City and extend their winning streak. Hopewell needs a big victory just to keep their very slim playoff hopes alive, and they travel to North Catholic. Moon at 4-5 hosts South Fayette at 6-3. After the New Brighton Lions went winless for 2 straight seasons, they can finish at 500 with a win at Union. Olsh 4-4. They travel to Keystone Oaks. They're 4-4. Quaker Valley hosts McGuffey. Quaker Valley, they are looking for their second win. McGuffey for what would be their only. Riverside and Mohawk, they're battling for third in the Midwestern Conference and a guaranteed playoff berth. The loser is left hoping the WPIAL playoff committee sees them worthy of one of the 4 playoff spots they will ultimately fill. The same scenario applies to Rochester and Southside. Winners in, the loser hopes and waits. Last week, Montour upset Aliquippa for at least a share of the Parkway Conference title. They play West Allegheny, who has only 1 loss, and can claim a share of the title if the Indians can top the Spartans. And finally, the Beaver County Radio High School Game of the Week. The 7-2 Beaver Bobcats and the 7-2 Avonworth Antelopes. Avonworth's 2 losses were to 4A powers like undefeated Thomas Jefferson and state champs Aliquippa. Beaver's 2 losses were to undefeated Imani Christian, loaded with D1 prospects, and conference rival Central Valley. Beaver hasn't lost a game at home. Avonworth is 4-1 on the road. Both teams' defenses give up just about 21 points per game. Beaver's offense, though, is averaging 11 more than Avonworth's. A Beaver victory gets them a share of the Western Conference title. An Avonworth win means the Antelopes win the conference outright. Join me with Mike Azadian in the booth, Tank Latham on the sideline. Pregame is 6:30. Kickoff is at 7. Stream the game live on Facebook or YouTube. Search Beaver County Radio. Listen live on your smartphone. Download the St. Barnabas Radio Network app, favorite WBVP. On the radio, it's 99.3 FM and 1230 AM. Beaver, Avonworth. The best of Beaver County football is right here on Beaver County Radio.
You're busy, no time to cook, you're hungry, and the kids are too. Don't stress. Make it a McDonald's dinner tonight. Download the app and get McDelivery right to your door. Whatever you're hungry for, McDonald's has it. You're happy, the kids will be too. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
It's time to wake up and get driving in the fast lane here on Beaver County Radio. It's the morning show that talks about what's happening in the news, locally, regionally, and nationally. There's also music to get you started for the day, and Curtis Walsh will have the news. It's all brought to you by Patriot Home Care. And now, here is the host of the show, Frank Sparks.
All right, I remembered to put the camera on this time. I forgot. So anybody that's out there that was watching on Facebook, I apologize because all you saw was our logo the whole time. Now you can see Leland and Dr. DiMattio's smiling faces. So I apologize, guys. But we're talking about the Verland Foundation this morning. And what exactly is the Verland Foundation? They are looking for employees. They also have so many different services they have throughout the area. And so many different areas you service. So let's just recap a little bit and tell everybody that might just be tuning in a little bit about the Verland Foundation, exactly what the Verland Foundation is.
So the Verland Foundation, again, was started back in the late 70s because of a passion of Carol B. Mitchell, our founder, to serve people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, especially those who had severe physical issues. And from then to today, we have over 750 employees, and there are over 230 people that we support, all the way from down in Uniontown, all the way up to Venango County, in Sewickley, and throughout the Pittsburgh area. And we want to serve more people better. And so that's why, just so grateful to Frank and the station for having us out. In order for us to serve people better, we're going to have to find wonderful employees, people like you out there in the community who are exceptional, who are compassionate. We need people like you to come and join us, because the only way we're going to be able to serve twice as many people in the next 4 years is if we have more people to provide those supports.
So where does the funding come from for the services that you guys provide?
Yeah, that comes mostly from Medicaid.
Okay.
There's two different funding streams. I won't bore you all with those details, but it is mostly federal and state funds that come to us. I do believe what sets Verland apart is that we don't sit with our hand asking the government for more and more and more. We try to be good stewards with the money that they give us. And we're very grateful to Kristen Ahrens, Deputy Secretary, Rick Smith, who's now retired and used to handle the purse strings, but they've always been fair to us and kind. We find that our needs are met. What we do ask of many people is to support Verland above and beyond the natural funding, because what the state provides enables us to take care of people at I'll say a standard level. But with our philosophy of exceptionalism, we do need more money. Like Mary mentioned earlier, we have an equestrian program, aquatics program. The funding for CLA, community living arrangements, doesn't allow us to provide all those services like it does for our main campus, which is the immediate care facility. And so when people donate, we're able to do those extra special things, like make sure there's a sensory room, in our home. We're trying to make our campus a sensory campus. The donations help us to truly provide the best that we can for our people. So,
okay. We have a set. Dr. DiMatteo, you want to grab that set of headphones right there? If you guys, do you want to take a phone call? Somebody probably has a question here.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Okay,
so
right.
Should I grab one? Or?
Let me grab. Is there a set of headphones? Yeah. You know what? That one's probably the broken one, unfortunately. Hold on. Let's take a break real quick, and we'll come back and we'll jump out to the phone line. We'll be right back.
I'm Zach, and I'm the grandson of 4 World War II Nazi labor camp survivors. My family is the American dream story. And in the Pennsylvania State House, I want to work to ensure that the American dream is there for our children and grandchildren in our region for generations to come. I will fight to reduce the cost of living and tackle inflation by stopping Harrisburg overspending, harnessing Pennsylvania energy to reduce our utility costs, and pushing for real tax relief, especially for our seniors. I will work to make our communities safer by supporting our law enforcement in making sure they have the resources they need to get tough on crime and illegal immigration. And I will work relentlessly to grow our economy with smart regulatory and tax reform. I'm honored to be endorsed by outgoing State Representative Jim Marshall, the National Rifle Association, our local and state police, and business leaders and labor groups across our community and Commonwealth. It's simple. Reduce the cost of living, safer communities, economic growth. Vote Roman Kozak to be your next state representative. Paid for by Citizens for Kozak.
We're back here on Driving in the Fast Lane. Way to throw Eddie out of the room. He'll be here at 9:05. We won't even talk to him. All right, so as we were doing that to get the headset so you guys could take the phone caller dropped off, but leave them on. So then that way if somebody calls. If you do have a question, you're welcome to call at 724-843-1888. We're visiting with Leland Sapp. He's the CEO of the Verland Foundation, along with COO Dr. Marianne DiMatteo. And we were talking about funding and talking about money. Are people able to make monetary donations to the Verland Foundation?
Yes, if you go to our website, verland.org, just look around there, see what we do, and if it's something that appeals to you, we certainly would appreciate your help. It also enables us to pay our frontline staff more money. I won't mention the donors, or some of you might be bothering them, but we have people, wealthy families in the Pittsburgh area, that have created little trusts so that we can have an employee of the month and pay them a significant amount if they're chosen for both our CLA program and our ICF. So we do have families that have said, we want to give above and beyond so that we can support those on the front lines monetarily. So we'll be creative, but whatever you give will be used. I found out yesterday, I'm so happy about it. We started serving a woman a little while ago, and her family is sending us $250 every single month. So we take monthly donors, one-time gifts, but it will help us to be the best provider that we can.
Do you take any other? Go ahead.
We also have corporate sponsorships as well. Eaton is a corporation local to the Pittsburgh area, but also a very large footprint, and Eaton Foundation has supported Verland's work for decades. And I oversee our facility operations, and we have a very, very large facility footprint and with lots of needs for infrastructure and so forth. And I had the opportunity to experience Eaton's generousness this year. 45 of their top-level employees showed up on a Friday and spent the entire day on our campus painting fences, painting decks, planting flowers, residing buildings. So not only is monetary important, and obviously there's a place for that, but in-kind donations and just that community support is very, very important to Verland.
Is there any other type of donations you guys take besides somebody helping you out or anything? I mean, can somebody, if they have something that they want to donate, like, I don't know, like a car or something like that, you guys take those types of donations, or?
We would go through a process.
Gotcha.
I found it, I actually was a pastor for many years. A lot of times people give you an old piano that they didn't want anymore.
Right, exactly.
So we're not looking for that. We want our people, a part of excellence is giving our people the best. So we're always open to talking about what donations people can possibly give, but we do want to make sure that they are whatever the item is, that it's top of the line.
Somebody's just getting right off.
That's right.
Right, gotcha.
That's right.
So, shift-wise, what type of shifts do you guys have available for anybody who wants to be an employee?
There's a variety.
Okay.
Our nursing staff on our Sewickley campus work usually 12-hour shifts, so 6A to 6P, 6P to 6A. Our DSPs, direct support professionals, in some locations work 12-hour shifts, some locations work 8-hour shifts. So there is some variety out there depending on what you're looking for. We have staff that commit and work on the weekends for us. They may have other commitments for work elsewhere, or they may come in and work an overnight shift a couple times a week. So we do have a variety of opportunities depending. Our day treatment facilities, a lot of those shifts are 7 to 4, Monday through Friday. So there's a lot of variety in the opportunities at Verland for sure.
Are they all full-time?
We have full-time and we do have part-time.
Okay.
And in our nursing areas, we also have PRN positions for folks who are just looking to give back to the community and pick up a little bit of extra time. We also have those opportunities available as well.
So the main campus is located in Sewickley, off of, what the heck's the name of that road? Mount Nebo Road. I couldn't think of the name of it. Mount Nebo Road. Yeah. Well, that wasn't there when I worked there, believe it or not. That's how long ago it was. But some of the, you have CLA programs throughout the area as well here with more that are coming up. So you obviously do have a need for employees to be able to staff those coming up. How can somebody apply for a job if they would like to?
Go directly to our website at verland.org, and you will find a connection there. We also have our positions posted on Indeed. And we have what we have termed, thanks to our most recent board president, John Thomas, signature homes here in Beaver County, actually. So we do have a pretty substantial footprint of our community living arrangement homes in Beaver County that would be local to here. But as Leland said, we have opportunities in Uniontown. We have opportunities out in the East End. We have opportunities in the city, Mercer County, Venango County. So we have opportunities across Western Pennsylvania.
Is there somewhere, do you have like your job opening listing anywhere that people can look at that so that way if they maybe are working currently for another company and they decide they want to come work for Verland?
Yes, you would access, again, verland.org.
Okay.
You can have a connection to all of our open positions. And as I said, those are direct support professionals. We have also, which I did not mention earlier, we also have certified nursing aides, CNA positions open on our Sewickley campus, LPNs, RNs. We have resident managers. So one of the things that we're really focusing on at Verland is a career path for our individuals. We want individuals to come. Our mission is wonderful. The individuals that we work with on a daily basis are wonderful. As we have shared, we really are a pay leader in our industry. So having individuals make the choice to come and check us out and be able to stay and have a career with us. We do have individuals who've been with us for 1 year, 3 years, but we have folks who've been here for 27 years. Our director who oversees and leads our community living arrangement homes, Susan Amthor, has been with us over 30 years. She's made a career at Verland, and that opportunity is what we'd like everyone walking in the door to look at.
What about other support services? Dietary still in-house like it used to be?
Dietary
dietary or anything like that?
We do have dietary positions open, and yes, dietary is in-house on our main campus. And as you can imagine, 88 individuals on our campus, dietary is a busy place, so we always want folks who have the passion for that.
All right. In closing a little bit, recap for us the Verland Foundation. And one of the questions I'm going to ask you too before we go is if somebody is interested, can they call and come out and take a tour so they can see what the facility looks like to see if they are maybe interested in working for Verland?
We would do that. That's something we have more of an open door policy than many. As a CEO, I go to all of our orientations whenever I can and do about a half an hour talk with our new employees. They can ask questions. They can email me and come to my office. And anybody who's not a part of Verland yet, they can go to the website and call. My executive assistant, Lisa McGuire, is excellent. We'll set up a time where we can have you come out and we'll give you a tour of the main campus so that you can see exactly what we do and if it's a fit for you. I never thought that I'd be doing this as a career. I thought I'd just do it to get my heart right as a DSP back in 2008, and it turned into a career. And that's our commitment to people. It's not just to have you fill a hole. It's to actually help you develop as a leader so that you can get as far as you want in your career, whether at Verland or whether you want to lead someplace else. So we are committed to developing you. We started the Verland Learning Institute recently, and we're putting more and more time into our frontline managers to help them be the best that they can be. So it's not just a job, it really is a career. And if you're an exceptional person out there, we would love to have you. We'd love to give you a tour. Just, again, look on the website, call, reach out to Lisa. She'll most likely be answering the phone, and we can set something up.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having both of you in today. It's been fun. And as I said, you guys are more than welcome to come back since somebody screwed up and forgot to put the right screen on. Wouldn't know who that would be. I think it was maybe Eddie. I think Eddie was sabotaging me. He's probably in the other room hitting buttons, and that was what was going on. So, but it's been a pleasure meeting both of you, and we do enjoy it. Do me a favor, throw out your website one more time and a phone number as well.
Verland.org is our website, and we can be reached at 412-741-2375 with any burning questions you have.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's been
Thank
fun.
you, Frank.
All right. Have a great day. All right. Coming up next, Eddie Crow's in for Teleform. I have no idea. Yes, I do. He's going to get into the Aliquippa football program. I guarantee you. So stick around. More to come.
Looking for a great job opportunity? McDonald's now has full-time and part-time positions available to fit your lifestyle and needs. Set up your own hours and have a lot of fun, too. Whatever your situation is, McDonald's has a place for you.